got to move out here to escape the cycle of the X.
I don't even think it's about like when people are like New York City and blah, blah, blah. It's to me the distance of the Earth's electricity to your foot. Don't you dare say what I'm saying is so LA. Okay. We barely have electricity here.
You're a bear walker? Coyote, what are you whining at?
I am a bear walker, but you have your shoes, you have the pavement, you have like you're just so far.
But I'm not far.
Okay.
Because of how I live. I live on the edge of
glory.
I live on the edge of glory. I live on the edge of Prospect Park, and I'm there all day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go into Manhattan, do spots, come back to my little park.
Okay.
My giant park.
Okay.
I'm a Brooklyn grass.
Okay.
I'm a New York City hick, is what they say.
Okay, love that.
I love New York very much because in LA it feels haunted. The whole place
Everywhere's
feels haunted.
haunted.
But New York, there's too many people. It's we out talk the ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
In LA, there is a there's like a
that's what I like about it. I get along better with ghosts than human. Like alive people are like truly like a nightmare.
Yeah, totally. It is in LA. There is so much quiet.
In LA, you have to like get comfortable with your inner monologue.
No, yeah, I can't do that.
It's also a lot of like in your car alone. It's a very like lonely place, and I like that. Like,
yeah,
I like
it's a lonely place.
I like solitude.
It was Tim Dillon. I was like, should I move to LA? And he was like, LA is a haunted house. And I was like, it is.
People pay to go into haunted houses. They wait all year. They wait all year long.
But the train, I'm obsessed with the train. I'm obsessed with watching people on the train. I'm obsessed with reading my book on the train while I locomote an hour is so sick.
I feel so like I have a romantic thing with New York where I just feel so like on one level you feel so like adult and cool, but then 2 seconds later like I'm in a movie, I'm on a train, I'm like reading, and then you're like
there's a guy jerking off.
A speck of dust. Like I am so unimportant and unspecial. It's like dark.
Yeah.
Like there's this universe that I thought revolved around, like it's all a sham.
Yeah.
We are all just like rats in a cave.
And they're
no
stacked.
offense to rats.
They're stacked. The people stacked up is interesting in New York.
Yeah. And then you go like, oh my God, so many people recognize me in the airport. And you're like, about 2 million people didn't recognize me today.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the movement. It's like it's the you walk out of your apartment and you're immediately going. You're going. And then the serenity that I get from being like, I'm taking 2 hours, no phone, going into my dead zone in New York is like, there's something about being alone, surrounded in people that feels very good to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like your cozy place.
It's my cozy place, yeah.
Some people look at the ocean and they feel serene. I look at the ocean and I am like I start panicking.
Dude, can we... Fuck her.
Dude.
She is... Dude, that is
come sit?
crazy.
Dude, it is so wild. You realize we've only explored 5% of the ocean? That is probably a fake statistic. Like, we don't even know, but it's like
this. It's like if this is the ocean, we're there. That's like what we've gotten or something.
But when they do go down there with cameras that can't actually go down to where it's like, they're finding like jaws, like just the mouth with like 2 legs, like they're finding things that are
from Unreal Monsters
of cartoon nightmares, like just a giant like brain with like 6 tentacles that glow in the dark neon with like a gun. You're like, wait, why is it clear? It's clear also. It's like invisible. Like it's like what's down there is so.
Also, the words people use, they're like, watch out for riptides. I'm like, not gonna go near a riptide. Not gonna do that.
The ocean is someone else's home.
She wants to get up on your lap.
Come on, baby.
So bad.
Come on, my baby. Ooh, good one. Good girl.
Oh, there she is.
There's a baby girl.
My
oh, good.
God.
Last time I didn't get her when I did be in Ian with Jordan.
You did get her. She was like asleep in your lap.
Oh, she was like next to me.
Yeah.
It's like she was next to me. But I feel like my energy was weird when I did that podcast. I always feel like I bomb podcasts with you because I'm like trying to be your friend.
What was that weird energy?
With you and Ian? No, it's just you guys are so funny together. And I think if you're a fan of you guys together, you want to, even as a podcast guest, just kind of like get out of the way and not have all your fans be like, can she shut up already? Like, how much attention does she need?
Oh, interesting. Mm-hmm. It's just us fighting. We're just fighting, which is funny.
And then it is, but then all of your guests grew up around mommy and daddy fighting.
Yeah.
So you're just like triggering like emotionally fragile people. Like, totally. Can you guys just like get along?
Yeah.
Or, like,
if I sit quietly, I won't get pulled in. Yeah, totally.
And then I'm like trying to be funny, which I tried to do as a kid to stop the fighting, and that's not even going well. You're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. When you are in New York, do you feel like you're in a constant state of being dragged around everywhere? Because that's how I feel in LA. I feel like it's like,
I think we both don't schedule enough time. This is our like Al-Anonism of like, we don't buffer it at all. We make it chaotic. Like we're like stacking the schedule and not taking into account like reality of like, it's going to take an hour to get from here to here. It's going to, we're doing it in a masochistic way. Yeah. That I'm not, when I go to New York, I'm not like, I'll do one talk show and one podcast a day. I'm like, I'll do 7.
If on your podcast, you said what people say about me, what people say about you, that you work, you do everything. That you do a million things all the time. That's what people say, which is one of those things.
Name one of like name them. Not the people. Like what do I do?
Everything. Like you're everywhere. Every show, every TV show, movie. I mean, you made that. The fact that that's you who I'm talking to who made that movie is crazy to me.
Huh.
It's so crazy that you made a movie and a TV show and you have a podcast and you do all the shows and you tour is so crazy. So that's why I would think New York would be like, you would love it.
So crazy. It is so wild to find out how you're perceived because I'm like, I am not living up to my potential. Like, I don't work hard enough. Like, I'm a slob. Like, it is very interesting, like the optics versus your own reality. New York, I am always looking for as long as you're aware of it, I think even if something seems like a toxic motivation or fuel, like it is what it is. If it works fine. Like why judge
I
it?
like that.
So it's like we were saying on my podcast, like jealousy. Like if that works to make you work harder, do it. Go to her page.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like go watch it. Watch her special.
Yeah.
If it makes your slob disgusting, holier than thou, I need to write 1 joke a year. Yeah, go watch it.
Yeah.
And watch what happens like when someone's like on your heels. Whatever you need to do, fine. Yeah. Why is that unhealthy? Like I can separate that and then see the person and be like, how are you? And truly love them and be happy for them, And New York, like when I needed to write a book, being in New York, I wrote a book. I wrote a book.
What's your book?
It's called I'm Fine and Other Lies.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh.
It's crazy that, it's crazy that it's all the same person, though.
It's literally easier. It takes less time for me to write a book than to not write a book. Like all that.
I know this book. I've seen this fucking book. This is crazy. It's just nuts. This is all.
The codependence chapter is a lot of the stuff that you're like talking about, like boundaries and sort of like stuff like that. And then love addiction.
Do you work with another writer to help you?
No.
You just did it alone?
No.
On a computer?
Yes. Wow. Yeah. But being in New York helped me because I find that when I see,
you have my dog and I have.
Yeah, it's so funny actually, this framing of this sweetie. When, also by the way, either read my book or just get an emotional support dog. Either
one or the other.
Not have a dog and get a book, or don't read the book and have a dog.
When did this come out?
The day of the Vegas shooting.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was like what's that?
That's so rough.
It's very hard on me. It was kind of like,
it is.
It really was. Like I'm allowed to have my truth.
No, yeah.
I have this entire week of press, which you're doing right now for your special. And you're like, you get the clothes and you spend money on the set. And then you got the whole thing. It's already so embarrassing, everything I'm saying in there. Like I was going through the 12 steps of Al-Anon and, service is like you have to share everything. I was like, this is going to be my service. I'm just going to put the most embarrassing things that I wouldn't even say on stage. I'm just going to put it in this book. And this is going to be my way to like release all this shame and like share all this stuff that I couldn't even make funny because it's like too sad and dark.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm going to like heal young. I'm going to write the book that I wish existed when I was 20. And I'm going to talk about like eating disorders and love addiction and like all this stuff. And then they're like, truly, it was like 50 people dead. Like it was truly 50 people. And press was canceled for like a week. And they're like, all right, let's do it. And I'm going on talk shows being like, so I like had an eating disorder. Like it was just like so embarrassing. It was just like white women just all need to just drink more fluoride, not less. It was so it put things in perspective in such a like not hilarious way. It was obviously like awful, but it was like.
But I do that all the time. I mean, that's with everything.
That's
like,
any problem. Yeah.
It's the like. I had a friend who was paralyzed.
But had the Vegas shooter read this book,
See?
Maybe he wouldn't have felt the need to do that for attention.
But that's your postmodernist thing where you blend everything. You got to separate. This is your life. You're not in Vegas. You know what I mean? If it had been your editor was in the Vegas.
If the shooting even happened.
Yeah. If it's even real.
I mean.
But it's a dangerous path to go down where you're like, well, it's like when people are like, the kids in Syria. And you're like, I'm not in Syria.
But also the kids in Syria, they don't know any else.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do.
That's like when people say they don't want to have kids because they don't want to bring somebody into this world. I'm like, so the absence of life is better than.
If you don't want to have kids because you think that, please don't.
Please don't.
You idiot. Truly begging.
How do you have a kid also? See, I don't really want kids.
Interesting.
And did you know you always wanted kids?
I think that we are all so full of shit. Not saying you are.
Yeah.
I think that everything I thought was kind of an amalgam of what I thought I had to think to avoid being embarrassed or failing. I think a lot of my I don't want kids. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you felt that way too for a while.
I mean, I think I said it. It was like a cool thing to say, to be a woman that's like, I don't have any nurturing quality. I don't know.
Totally.
I have just trash genetics. I think there was always something in I rescue dogs, I rescue horses, the idea of having my own kid kind of felt like getting a dog from a breeder. So I was kind of always like, oh, I'm going to adopt kids. Or I was like, I don't want to be a mother, yet I'm mothering animals in South Korea.
Yeah.
And getting them out of labs. It's everything I'm doing in my life is mothering. I'm mothering grown adult comedians.
Men,
you know what I mean? I'm taking care of men and their children. So everything I'm doing is very mothering.
Yeah.
But I'm I don't want kids. It's you have a bunch of them that just happen to be 40.
Right.
And I had to take care of my family and stuff like that. It just wasn't even an option. It just wasn't. And then my dad passed, and then my mom passed. And something just kind of I just went this would be cool. I'm
really
40. So what are the chances? And was let's go.
And you just got pregnant and had the kid.
Yep.
Were you trying?
I don't know. I don't. It's so funny because my this girl that I work with, she does equine therapy with horse rehab with horses or whatever. She's the best. And I was I just got pregnant out of nowhere. This is crazy. And she was Whitney, 5 years ago, you looked me in the eye and you were if I don't have a kid by 40, I'm just gonna have a kid at 40 with whoever I deem a good father. And I was huh.
Oh.
She was, you're you said to me whether it's the frozen eggs, whether it's adopting, that's when you're gonna do it. And
you did freeze your eggs?
Yes, I froze my eggs when I was 33.
Every fucking female comedian I know freezes their eggs and then gets pregnant. Why are we doing it?
They're frigid people. They come frozen, frankly. But wait, every comedian you know is freezing their eggs?
Freezing their eggs and then just getting pregnant by accident. And it makes me think it's a racket, the whole freezing the egg thing.
Well, I think that it is because you're not worrying about it, because worrying about getting pregnant causes stress and cortisol, which shuts down, which is why elephants don't breed in captivity. Animals don't naturally breed in captivity because they're stressed out, right? So when people I'm trying to get pregnant, we're trying, and then I'm coming home from work and I'm hanging from a beam and it's upside, you know what I mean? And I'm holding my legs up for 20 minutes, I'm joined Cirque du Soleil to get pregnant. And it's just as soon as they stop, and I had a glass of wine, I smoked some weed, and then I got pregnant. It's of course, because your body was your body can't tell the difference between fear of not having kids and just fear of a predator.
Right. I think my mentality is if I get pregnant, I'll keep it. If I don't, I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'd have to be I just went off birth control because my I had a second parent die, and I couldn't cry. I was in a manic, I was just couldn't cry. I truly had no tears left, honestly, and then realized they don't deserve any of my sadness. But I was I need to go off birth control. Something's off. I just want to reset. I want to figure out what my personality is.
Yeah.
I went off Prozac cold turkey, which you guys remember 3 years ago when I had a dollop of a manic episode. And,
what did you do during manic episode? What was manic about it? I went off Prozac suddenly and I blacked out for a week. Until
wild.
Yeah, it was
wild.
Crazy.
I just went off just hard. I was also going through grief and stuff too. So it kind of was more in the pandemic. We're leading up to it. I had many different hair colors, and I was sort of hitting a little bit of a here's the problem with I'm sober, but in LA, it's the new way to justify addiction is to call it medicine.
Okay.
Right?
So
it's
this
medicine, the mushrooms or cannabis is medicine. And it's so you take medicine, you're microdosing. It's like, well, 5 doses a day is like, that's a dose. Like,
Yeah.
you're on drugs at work.
Yeah.
You know, so when I was going through all that, there was a lot of like, I mean, literally comedians just giving me like envelope, like plastic bags with like stickers of like aliens on them with like brownies in the, I mean, I was it's just like, they're like, this will help you heal with your grief. This will help with the da-da-da. And I'm just like, okay, like I'm willing to try anything kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's natural. You can't mix all, like you just, it's not a match for me.
Yeah.
As Pat knows, started looking for the Scientology ships. I did come very close to finding them. I believe I could find them if I needed to. Ma'am?
The ships?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Come again?
The spaceships?
Boats.
Boats?
Boats.
Oh.
Yeah, not the spaceships. That's you know, I probably could though.
What are the boats?
The Scientology boats. A lot of their operation is on the water because there's no law, because it's maritime law, which is like.
But you wanted to be there.
I wanted to locate because there's kids on them.
Oh, you wanted to save them. Were you a little manic during the Palisades thing? Was that a little mania?
Here's the problem with me.
Because I remember watching that and be like, this is mania to me. This is my version of mania.
But that I tried to save the giraffe, or the other time?
The time that you were going to beat some people up.
That my house almost burned down.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'll say about the beating people. There was a video of me with like wooden swords like going around that I like posted. I find it funny when comedians decide other comedians are no longer joking.
I was like, I believe this is a joke, and it also looks manic.
Yeah.
It looks like a little bit dose of mania.
Totally. And
anytime I see the ... in the stories, I think it's mania.
Oh, interesting. ... Interesting. Because I feel like it was on TikTok, but maybe it was like in stories too. Yeah. But
it was the dark and you and Chris were getting into the car.
Mm-hmm. Well, there were arsonists.
Yes.
That were truly pouring out. Whether they were, I'm not saying they were all orchestrated or colluding or something. So so I was in a fire as a kid, and I feel like everyone's got their thing. Like, what's your fight? You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's your fight? When something happens, like, you know, I won't get specific about it, but like when a person does something untoward publicly or like, is it your fight?
Always. Yeah, it's always my fight.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I beat the shit out of a guy's mirror the other day. His rear view mirror, his side mirror on his car, because that was my fight in the middle of Manhattan. Everybody saw it. It was humiliating, but it was my fight.
But what did this person, what did the rear view mirror do to you?
It was personal boundaries, physical space. That's my fight. If you get in my physical space, I'll beat the shit out of you.
But like non-physical boundaries, those are tougher to, like if you can see it, you get it.
Right. And yours is fires? Mine is also animals. If you hurt an animal, I'll kill you.
That's correct, but that's normal.
Okay.
Because a lot of psychopaths and sociopaths use that as a way to seem human when that's how it should be.
Okay.
The people I am the most suspicious of are the ones like, when it comes to kids, I don't allow kids to be, it's like, why do you want points for that?
Yeah, right.
I protect kids.
I gotcha.
All right?
Yeah.
That my cause is protecting kids.
Right.
If I see a kid in trouble.
I literally beat the shit out of a man at the airport because he hit Coyote with his bag lightly. It gets a little crazy. I said he was a pedophile also. I yelled at everybody that he fucked kids. And he didn't. He just hurt my dog.
I can't picture this.
It's rage. It's blind rage.
And like afterwards, are you like
panicking, shaking?
And do you feel like it's not a choice when it happens?
Yeah. Blind rage. But that's physical violence growing up. But if you hurt my dog, yeah, I've lost it.
Right.
So that's when it gets a little crazy.
Sure.
Yeah, because she was fine. Even she was like, Mom, please, I'm fine.
Again, I think you're just some of us were born in the wrong time. In the 1700s, you would have run the hamlet.
I agree.
You know?
But
that's how you needed to behave.
But what do you mean your thing is fires?
So I was in a fire as a kid. And
so scary. That's like the ocean scary to me.
Well, yeah, because fires, they don't care. You can't predict them. You don't it's so fast and it's so unforgiving. And I guess I live my life, maybe this is relatable to somebody, like according to a false sense of control.
Yes.
Like we all have some false sense of control. Like, well, when the meteor comes, I'm just going to like you know, have my baseball bat and like I'll handle it. Or like we have some in our minds, like how we would solve a problem. Like we go to self-defense being like, oh yeah, and I would just like punch. It's like, no, when the situation actually happens, you're probably going to freeze and do none of the things you went to the self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know how we're going to act in those situations. And so wild animals, like any threat you throw at me, I'm not like the half of men who believe they could land a plane if they needed to. I'm not that person. But like there's very few things where I'm not like, I would know what to do in that situation. Even if it was, I need to ask someone else who knows more. Yeah. Like crisis is like my kind of like defining thing of like, I might not make it to your baby shower. Like all my friends, I'm ice. Like I'm always, in case of emergency person, like I'm not the person that's going to make it to the baby shower. I'm not the person that's going to like kill it as the bridesmaid. Yeah. But like when my friends, best friend from high school's daughters came out to LA to work with some dance trainer and they didn't have the address and couldn't find them. These like two teenage girls. And this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I got it. Yeah. I got them in under 3 hours, had them. You know? Like that's where I shine. And so fire is the one thing that there's just like, there's no plan. Yeah. There's like no plan. And water at that level can't do anything. And that's what's so crazy. Like, how come there's no water? It's insane that there was no water, but it's so hot that water, it dries before it even hits. Like it can't actually do anything. It's so crazy. Even using water isn't going to do anything. You know, that's how like gnarly. And so in animals, I think that when you're really protective of animals, it's because like when you're projecting onto them because they're children. They're really like, they have the, right? So they're children, they can't escape their circumstances. They're voiceless. They can't send emails. They can't unhook a gate. Yeah. And when I felt trapped as a kid, like, you know, and I couldn't get out. So that when I think about like fires coming and animals being trapped, like it's unmanageable. I'm possessed. Like I become possessed. And that's where I think like ancestral stuff comes in. That's when just like epigenetics like clicks on. And that's what's so fascinating to me when people like, whether it's their, you know, current trauma or ancestral stuff, like when something just snaps. And when there's fire, it's just, there's no, you can't say anything to me. Like there's nothing you can say to me. Like it's, for the Woolsey fires, I drove an electric car over 6 downed telephone poles that I didn't even know if they were out or not. Like there was no, I had a gun in my face, huh?
To get away?
To get towards animals that had not been evacuated from, it was kind of a whole saga. Malibu Safari, it was just like this criminal who just like had a bunch of exotic animals, had a giraffe and like didn't evacuate it. Like there was just no concept. It was just, I knew it was just me. It's not like someone else will handle this. So when I see certain things, I'm like, someone will get to that. I'm like, I've been selected to do this. Like I know this is my superpower, whatever. And then like sort of knowing how quick fire can move, because I think what people do is they go like, oh, it's not coming this way. It's not, but like Santa Ana winds can go so fast. Yeah. And I also can't tolerate the discomfort of knowing that, because horses will try to get out and they'll die trying to get out. So they might not burn to death, but they'll trying to get out. So I showed up and saw a bunch of horses' chests that were ripped open, you know, because they try to get out. All you have to do is write your phone number on their hoof in Sharpie, whatever your phone number is, open the gate, they know what to do. So if you keep them in,
Did you do that with your horse?
I didn't have to. So I took my horses to another place, but if I was in a situation like that, I would just put my phone number on the horse's hoof and then open the gate. They know exactly what to do and they'll come back. Does that make any sense?
So awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
You want to come up?
So it's so easy to not lose animals in a fire. So when it happens, it's just like, I think I also see those people as the alcoholics I grew up with who just didn't have their shit together. Yeah. Like you don't get to have,
you don't get to have a horse if you
don't get to have, you don't have a trailer. You're not home. There's no plan. Like that's alcoholic to me. Yeah. And it's like, I'm coming in because you can't do this. And like, there's like, you're holding a gun in my face, but like, I don't care.
Who had a gun?
Oh, dude. You can't really just like walk onto someone's property and start trying to take their giraffe. And so, oh, dude,
a gun in your face. What does that feel like? You had a gun?
I don't feel like, it's weird. I mean, I do descend from like, I mean, what's your ancestry? Do you know?
Italian and Danish.
Ooh, Danish is kind of a curveball. I don't know a lot about that.
Me neither.
What's their thing?
Abelskabers.
What's that?
Like a form of pancake.
It's like I come from like Scotch Irish, like descending from like women that had to scare off wild animals like with their personality. Like West Virginia is like in hollows, right? So you can't really go like it's just you versus.
You believe very much in epigenetics?
Look, what I do believe is that placebo effect is an effect. I will say that, right? Isn't placebo effect the most effective if we're going to trust all these studies? A study that does seem to hold some water, but who knows? Because I would have to know how the person assessing it was standing, because people are like, well, mice ran so much faster when they took this thing. It's but were you hovering over them? Maybe they were just scared of you.
Yeah.
Like, well, how do we know that's why they were running faster? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like no one ever looks at it from the point of view of the animal that they're studying. And so, we see this in phobias. Like when someone has a quote irrational phobia. Like I knew someone who was like one of the like most fearless people I know. When she sees a snake, it can be 30 feet away. She jumps out. Like it's like nuts. It's like, oh! Like she turns into a mate. It's like what? It's not even possible. She goes. So it's like, oh yeah, your ancestors probably like, died from snake bite. Makes total sense. That's why horses are afraid of snakes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, of hoses, because it looks like snakes.
Yeah.
Right? Like babies can look at a picture of a spider and be scared.
Yeah.
Like spider's the number one predator for like, so mice, when they were electrocuted, when they smelled cherry blossoms, their first generation next offspring, when they smelled cherry blossoms, they recoiled to the other end of the cage, right? So there's certain things we're just like scared of and we don't know why, and it's like imprinted on our DNA. I think it feels true,
Yeah.
Or it's the adrenaline and cortisol that was pumped into you in utero.
I'm very curious about epigenetics. I was researching it for a while, and it did seem it holds water, but it also seems like one of those things where it's like this person's grandmother was assaulted and therefore this person is afraid of, it feels like one of those things where it's like, well, you grew up with a grandmother who was like, watch out for all the men.
See, I think it holds water when it's not a story that's been told to you and told to you and told to you. So when I kind of went like, whoa, was when family constellation, again, all this stuff I think is more about whoever your practitioner is or whoever is like, it's like, I don't believe in psychics. I believe in one psychic that I went to. I believe in one. Maybe they're all, and I believe
what did she say?
What was so genius about her
was
she showed me how much information we relay that would make someone who says it back to you psychic. I don't know if she was.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was telling her. So I was like, can you just tell me if I'm going to be with Tim or Mark? Like, I have to decide. And she's like, well, tell me about it. I'm like, well, Tim is like, he's like awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly. But Mark is like, he's so solid. And it's like, he's like, Mark is and I'm like, well, how did you know that?
Yeah,
like, we have no idea. We think communication is only verbal. And it's like, when you're an animal person, you're like, most communication is not. They speak. A lot of animals have way more complicated civilizations and they have no words, zero.
Yeah.
Like dolphins speak in beeps, beeps, sonar, like that we can. So words, I think I'm over words. Like I'm done with words.
I'm a word girl.
Me too though. Yeah. But the more I use, the worse my life gets.
Yeah, totally.
The more I communicate with my guy, the more confusing things get, So it's like, we're now doing the imago thing where it's like, I have to repeat what he says before I even respond to it. We're not allowed to respond to each other if there's something that's like, before we prove that we understand what the other person just said.
But that's classic. That's like Meisner method of acting.
Sure.
That's like.
Sure.
But the communication thing, for me, it's like nothing has color until I put it into words, and then all of a sudden it has color.
Agree. Yeah. And I'm exaggerating. I just mean like a lot of times when I'm trying to be really clear, and this is why I know I've been diagnosed with all the things, autism, I beat it, Asperger's, we're fine. But
autism? Do you think you had autism?
I was diagnosed with it as a kid, but also because I didn't speak, I didn't want to talk to any of you. Like I have nothing to say to any of you. Of course I didn't speak. You put me in like a room with a therapist with a fake nail. Like, of course I was nonverbal. I was going to talk to some older man.
Do you think the only thing that's real is addiction?
Interesting. You ask it that way.
Yeah. Like, do you think, like, for instance, I have OCD and I have to check everything and I have to do that. Am I just addicted to these tasks?
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or like, the borderline person who threatens to kill themselves every time they leave? Are they just addicted to the affection of that person? Blah, 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 blah.
Interesting.
Because I said that about OCD and I got shit. I was like, OCD is so similar to addiction that the only way to stop is to stop. One day at a time.
Yeah, I think anyone that attacked you obviously has this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. But I think two things can be true. I think you have OCD and be an addict and probably have but I say all of this with saying I believe anyone with any of these diagnoses are the evolved species. I am saying you're superior. We talk about OCD and ADD as if it's like some flaw in your brain. I think it's the opposite.
Okay.
I think it means you're like the next generation of like overly evolved. Addicts, the same thing.
Yeah.
Addicts like, and people are like, I have anxiety. It's like, yeah, only the anxious survived.
Right,
like,
right.
High anxiety people like these. What about this? What about this? Those are the ones that they're winners, right? And the same with OCD. My thing is about whatever it is. If you have OCD and it's like making your life unmanageable, find the thing that makes you money.
Yeah.
Do the thing that makes you money. Anyone who's a billionaire has OCD. They just found the thing that them doing it over and over again was going to translate into money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's like useless OCD that ruins your life. And then there's like, so for me, my workaholism is why I'm successful. My addiction is like what? That addiction, like I did okay with that addiction. I did okay with that. And my ADD, the only reason I'm funny is that I just have no tolerance for being bored. I have ADD. I can't find something interesting. Go write a joke.
But do you have to separate in therapy, they're like, you need to be okay with the fact that when you're not performing, you're a lovable person. And I'm like, my job is to not believe that.
I do believe that our biggest problem in society is that truly all the people I see online believe they're lovable and they're not.
That is what I talk about that in my special much. Good. I'm like, you can't just go out there and be like, I deserve love just because you're a woman. And it's honestly mostly women.
Yeah.
It's women being like, I have a vagina, therefore I deserve this man to treat me perfectly correct. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just think, to me, it's like the word love is so, like, what are we, 5? Like, I don't even use that word. I don't even like that, like love. Like, it's like the word happy. Like, they're not in my vocabulary. They're too vague. They're childish. Like, they mean something different to everyone. The people that have said I love you to me have done the worst things to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't play these words. It's like the word feminism, whatever. I'm like, that's just not in my vocabulary anymore. Like, it's just expired or I don't know, been reappropriated, whatever. But like, I think that it's like a weird trump. It's like a Marilyn Monroe or something did it. Like, if you can't love me at my worst, you can't it was just this like saying I love myself is this like trump card for slobs.
I think the only truth behind it is the kid that you've grown to hate, which is why you hate yourself. Because like, when you're younger, your parents are like, get the fuck away from me. So then you're like, okay, I hate myself. Mm-hmm. Every child deserves love.
This is really interesting. And I don't want to challenge your paradigm. Okay. But I think sometimes our feelings are wrong. You said it. And it's interesting because I grew up alcoholic home, very neglected. Same. Yeah. And also up was and down. Everything was a lie. Everything was like, mom is a black guy because she's, it was just always like, and it was protecting the family.
Yeah.
And I right away was like, this isn't me.
Oh, really?
You guys are a mess. Like around like 7 or 8, I was like, I'm sick. Like I was disassociating into different personalities and having like full conversations with Oprah, like practicing for being on Oprah. Like I just went into like delusional, like Regal. Because I was like, oh, I know how to get my dad's attention. And like, I have to start practicing, like eating meat. Like I would roll up cold cuts and like eat them. Like I was going to be like, I had a job already. Like I was like, you people are pigs.
That's awesome.
And then I got into comedy and that's when I started hating myself.
Oh, like, interesting.
Whether it was a survival mechanism or whatever, but I was like, I knew they lied. I knew you're liars. Like, I was like, why do I want?
That's at a certain age. It's so crazy that you say that because I was also talking to my therapist about this. Before the age of like to be honest, public school, I felt the same way. I was like, even if they're pigs, I'm a cool pig.
Yeah.
We're all pigs.
Yeah.
And I was fine with being a wild child, and I was always covered in dirt, and it was very good. And my parents were fighting, and I was like, you guys are literally children.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go build an insane...
What else is anyone else going to do? I mean, it's like, what is else to do but fight? I mean, it's like...
Yeah, but I was like, I'm going to go build an imaginary land out of sticks outside. Yeah. You guys are being insane.
Awesome.
But then public school, then the self-hate came in. So it was the child, I agree, does know to love themselves. But I think something then pivots where you go, like for you, it was getting into comedy. For me, it was like, oh, I don't look like these other kids. I am very dirty. People are avoiding me. I have my Tweety Bird shirt is huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess I'm sorry.
But I think that you're right that we say that the child hates themselves, but you're like, no, there's a kid in there that's like, doesn't even know to hate themselves.
Like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, I was just like, I'm going to go into my room and go into my world where like nobody fights and everyone's rich.
But that's who to channel, I think.
Like everyone, I brush my hair. Like you guys don't even brush my hair. Like I was just like, I am not doing this. I would be in bed. Like my parents would drop me off and I would pretend I had different parents. Like if they were late, I'd be like, oh, I told them to come later because like I have to go talk to the teacher. Like I have a lot to talk about with my history teacher. Like I was just like, I'm an adult. And yeah, it was like obviously a disassociative thing, but coping mechanism, whatever. But like I saw that they were liars. When you're like young, it has to be you because your brain the psyche can't like cope with the fact that your primary caretakers are not capable of taking care of you. It's like too disorganizing. But I just remember just being like, and I had older siblings and I saw and I was just kind of like, I don't know you people. Like I'm adopted. Like I've caught on fire in this house. Like there's never hot water. Like as soon as I went to someone else's house, that's when it really gets clear. When you like go to your friends, because I didn't no one drove me to sleepovers. I always had head lice, so I wasn't invited. Like I was head lice kid.
Head lice kid, me too.
That's huge.
Don't you hate when people go, it's a sign that you're clean? I'm like, no.
What? No one ever said that to me.
Oh yeah, they always said that.
That's like he likes you too much.
It's actually a sign that your hair is clean because they like clean. And I was like, then why is my house like that?
Okay, maybe it wasn't like, I don't know, whatever these
I was cat piss girl. Like there was
I was sent home from sleepovers. Like I'd have to leave sleepovers. I would also steal from people's houses at sleepovers and like everyone would know and I'd lie about it. Like it was just like I was sent home from school because of head lice. Like I was just like always the kid. So I didn't get invited to sleepovers, but that first time you kind of go to your friend's house and you're just like open the fridge and there's like,
dude, the pantry. Remember the pantries?
Like Captain like what? Like you start seeing
Chewy
food
bars.
and you're like, wait, is this?
Yeah.
I was like, is this a store? Like, do you live in a store? Like I didn't understand what's happening. And so once I saw that, I was like, oh, it's you guys. You know, it's you. And I was going back and forth from two houses and all this stuff. And I just like flipped it. I was just like, I have two houses.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Like I have an apartment and then there's also a house and like I have two birthdays. I just was like, I'm turning everything into this like story I'm going to tell on Oprah one day.
Did you think you were beautiful?
No.
You thought you were ugly?
Actually, so I was heavy as a kid. My first drug was food.
Yeah.
I would pull the marshmallows out of the Lucky Charms and just eat the marshmallows, Oreos.
Sometimes I would lie to people and say they got a bad batch. Because they'd be like, where are all the marshmallows? And I'd be like,
I wrote letters to Lucky Charms. Like I was like, I took Oreos, like a sleeve of Oreos, milk. Like that was my cereal. Nuggets, like Weaver nuggets. Like that was my best friend was food always.
Yeah.
And then I have an older sibling who's like stunning. So who was blonde.
Blonde, fit, so active, D1 athlete. I was huge.
I'm like brunette, which was like not okay.
Oh.
Not okay.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of like it wasn't that latent like anti-Semitism because I found out after my parents passed that I'm basically half Jewish. I didn't know. But there was a lot of like, you know.
I remember. I mean, it was also, there was forever the blonde. Mm-hmm. Blondes have more fun.
Blondes was the
more.
thing. Yeah. They're just, well, I've also been blonde. Have you gone blonde? You're like.
This is as blonde as I get. I mean, this is not real. My hair is mousy.
I went blonde for a movie, and when I got on the plane, they invited me into the cockpit. So it is.
My sister went brunette because she needed respect where she was going.
It is such a different experience. Yeah. Like the like baristas draw like hearts on your cup. Like it's like a different.
But a lot of it is also sexualized, which is tough.
Oh no.
I know, but
what am I gonna
for
do?
my sister, she was like a paralegal or whatever, and they were just like,
You can't.
Fuck you.
When I'm blonde, people are like, she's so nice. And when I'm brunette, they're like, she's such a bitch. Like, it's like my whole life changed when I was blonde. I was like, I can't do this because I'm actually going bald. Like, I'm balding, but I went as long as I could.
Yeah. My question is, as thinking that you're ugly, how does that go into the role of being like, I'm an other, I'm better?
I should say this different. I didn't think about whether I was ugly. It wasn't about, am I ugly or not? It was like, my mom was like she worked in fashion. She was like in PR for Bloomingdale's. She was very it was about being glamorous.
Okay.
She was very it was like the wrinkle. I mean, I just remember seeing anti-wrinkle cream. At like 10, I was like, wrinkles are bad. Like I was like, got it. I grew up in department stores, like with my mom. Like my mom had to take me to work. So it was just like, it was about being like glamorous, you know? And I collected vintage clothes. I was such a weirdo. Like in high school, like I wore like a vintage dress to prom that like smelled like this, I mean, truly like a plague. Like, I don't even know. It was like dusty, like mothballs. Like, I didn't know, like beads, like kind of like appropriate-y vibe. Like, it was just like and I was very into like makeup. Like, and I did, once I got an eating disorder, because I am an entrepreneur, I started like fit modeling and modeling. And even in that, I was never thin enough. I was told by this like designer of Badgley, Michigan, that my ribs were too big, and like they got mad at me because my ribs. Like I just never. I was always like, ugh.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was always like what's the word? The ugliest of the pretty girls. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
like I was even when I tried to do that.
So how does that not lead to the self-loathing thing? How does it not perpetuate into adulthood?
Because I did have pretty bad like eating disorders for a while, you know?
Yeah, well, how do you deal with eating disorders now, having them? Like, I'm constantly trying to deal with it because I used to have it. Because that was the only way. And for me, it was like eating disorder, good. Not having eating disorder is type 2 diabetic. Because I lost diabetes because I got an eating disorder, and everybody was like, yeah. And they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, not eating. And they're like, I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
It's so, I feel I'm going to get in trouble for this, but like, fine. Because if you're in your disease of eating disorder, like anything anybody says is going to like trigger you, and it's all about control, whatever, right? So for me, it was just about being thin. Like that was what was prized. My mom was always like, if your thighs touch, like men won't love. Like that was like, your thighs can't touch. That was like the whole thing. It's like, and she was so tiny. It's weird when you realize your parent has an eating disorder. Like that's a weird thing. I can't
imagine. I had like the most rugged boys. My mom was a boy, my dad was a boy, and they were just little fucking.
And my mom was like very boys. Like would eat artichokes. Like that's what she would eat, and like
my dad
drink
had girlfriends
wine.
like that.
I just thought she was like I just thought we were rich.
Yeah.
She would just like have like cheese on a cracker and like wine, and like that's all, and like coffee. That's all she would ever like eat. And I was like, we're so like fancy, you know? Later it was really just about like being tiny, like you had some like power. There was some power in it or something. I think I look back and I look at like and I don't want to get too much into it, but like childhood abuse, like a lot of that comes from like abuse as a child, like making yourself asexual, you know? Like being extremely heavy or extreme plastic surgery.
There also is power in it, if you haven't noticed.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then I realized there was like money in it. I was like, I get to do this job where I can be like a fit model. And then I was just like, I'm doing this. I don't even know if I was consciously like, because I've never, I don't find that attractive. I don't think straight guys find super skinny attractive. So it's not for men.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was like for my mom to think I'm attractive. Like, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's like the narcissism of my parent was I just had to look like her.
Yeah.
I just had to eat like her. Because if I did anything different, I was like judging her or criticizing her. That's what, when you grow up with like borderline.
Oh, I've seen that.
When you grow up with like borderlines and there's so many. Narcissism is like, I'm not an expert on it. But this kind of narcissism is like, you have to be an extension of them.
Yeah.
And if you don't represent them, like you're showing that they're a failure, or like it messes with their ego if you're any way different. So you have to kind of like mimic them in a way.
Doesn't every parent have that a little bit? Like if your son stole a flat screen TV when he gets to 15, the anger that you get at that.
Oh, because he did. I think it's okay to make a mistake.
Okay.
I don't think he should have to like look like me physically, you know?
Yeah, I just think it's a slipper. I think it's like
Like, my mom wanted me to be skinny, so her skinniness was genetic.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
As I look back,
Okay.
I think it was that. Because otherwise, it's like, why are you so skinny? Like, da da da. It was just like, no, we're just skinny. Or
my mom was like this. That girl's fat. And I'm like, I'm your daughter. And she's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, I was like not in the I was like, she was like, how's it feel being that fat? And I'd be like, bad. And she'd be like,
and then
glad I'm not
I think
like
when
that.
I got too skinny, she got like jealous. Like it was really
That's real with
dark,
people. That is very real.
really dark. And
that's how it is with my sister. It's definitely not like that with my mom.
Hmm.
My mom is like, my mom is like, it's crazy that she had kids. It's crazy that we are her kids. We are her friends. So if we're around her and something's happening with us, she's like, great. I have shit to do. It's like that, which is very different than how other people are, where it's like, you're my daughter, so you have to be like this or else it's a bad impression of me.
This is truly my biggest pet peeve.
Which one?
Is when, and I think you're like saying it, but like when parents try to be friends with their kids.
Yeah.
It's so wild. And because it happened to me and I didn't get to have a childhood. And like, there was like, I go out with my mom to bars and to parties, and because she's a single mom and she was dating and she, you know what I mean? And I became like her girlfriend more than like, and I didn't get to be a kid. I just had to like be this adult that was like her wingman or something.
Yeah.
And it was just like so inappropriate looking back. It's like emotional entrenchment, but we had no, I needed an authority figure.
Yeah.
Like I needed someone to be like, don't do that. And then like dating some guy that's like 30, like it was just like, but they got along. So it was fine. It was just like, this is where I believe in ageism a little bit, like under 18, like you need the adult to be the adult and the kid to be the kid.
Yeah.
You know? And I was the one that was like, Mom, can we go home? Like I have to go study for school tomorrow.
Yeah,
like I was the parent. This is like, you know, drives me. So I lived in an apartment with her, which is also, it's interesting. Like I had two things happen to me that I think are actually really common, but I don't talk about them for some reason because I think I'm embarrassed, or I think people want me to try to get pity, and pity's like I don't want that's like my nightmare. Is I lived with for almost 4 years my aunt, like not my parent. Like a lot of people live with not their parents.
Yeah.
You know, and you just don't hear about people talking about my mom, my dad, and I'm like, the person that messed me up wasn't either of those people. Like I lived with other people, which is kind of odd.
Because you were poor growing up.
What do you mean? So
when you're poor, you always live with somebody else.
There's that.
You live with the grandma.
But like I lived in an environment where there were nice things.
Yeah.
But there wasn't money.
Yeah.
Or bills paid. So like it's actually kind of, I do think this might be relatable because it might just sound crazy. Like even when I say it sometimes I'm like, this is so nuts. Like we had like a car that was an Infinity. None of the bills are paid. I'm getting sent home from school because the bills aren't. We have her like 4 days before it gets taken. There was a lot of just like criminal type of stuff.
That's poor.
But I didn't know we were poor. How about that?
I didn't know either.
I thought we were like very rich.
Yeah.
Between my...
But that's like as poor as it gets is when they're manipulating the system in order to get the rich person's thing.
So like So my dad like worked at this hotel and he would come home with food from the buffet at the hotel. So it was like a giant thing of just like, I was like, we have more chicken than...
you had stolen catering.
Yeah, there was no like...
Totally.
There was no like milk or like, you know, like shampoo or conditioner. But like when we did get something, we had so much of it that I was just like, we are so rich. And when people are drinking all the time, wine all the time, you're like, we are so fancy. Like I just, in my head, we were rich. Like I didn't know we were poor. And then by the time I lived in like, you know, Virginia, which is, you know, it doesn't even sound so dorky. Like being around horses felt rich to me.
I had a horse and I thought we were so rich.
That's the thing.
And then we had to sell the horse.
They're not like Hungarian warm bloods that are jumping. Like they're, you know, they're just like, you know. So I didn't know we weren't. So by the time I then realized like, oh, there's no money here. And I'm like 16. I was like, well, I'm accustomed to this lifestyle that I've invented in my head.
Yeah.
So I started working so young and I was like, okay, I need to be like a model. I need to do like, this is going to, and then I started walking around department stores, like spraying perfume at people and informal modeling, which is when you just like wear the dresses around the store, the wedding dress around the store or whatever. And then fit modeling where you just stand there and they just sew it in. And I was like, oh,
What's fit modeling?
It's when you just stand there and they make the dress on you. basically.
I thought it was like fitness modeling.
Yeah, no, not at all. So it's like you just stand there for truly hours, and then you walk in it, and then you stand again, and then they like change it, and then you walk again, and you're just like staring at a wall, just like standing there, like starving to death. And I don't know what happened after that in terms of like my choice to maintain disordered eating, because it made money. I was just like, because I wanted to play professional basketball. Like, that's what I really wanted.
But how do you stay out of it now? How do you check yourself now about disordered eating still being in the show business?
There's a couple things that like sometimes, I think I already said this and I didn't like stick the landing. Someone says something that just like hits you a certain way. You know, like I read this book called The Tools.
Okay.
By Phil Stutz and Barry Michaels. Phil Stutz is like a G, dude. He's like been on a bunch of podcasts. Jonah Hill did like a documentary with him on on Netflix. And in this book, there's an exercise called the deathbed exercise. And you put yourself on your deathbed and you imagine the regrets you're going to have. And first thing that came to mind is like, I do not want to be on my deathbed going, why did you spend so much time obsessing about food?
Yeah, totally.
It is so meaningless. I mean, I used to binge so hard. I used to binge so hard. Or like I would eat a lot, but I wouldn't throw it up. I would just go to the gym for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
The crunch on Sunset.
I couldn't throw up. I tried so many times.
It's a way to isolate.
Yeah.
It was just a way to isolate and like be in yourself. I got sick of it. Like there's a point where like this is why when someone's like drinking a lot or I'm like, let them, don't intervene before they've gotten sick of themselves.
Yeah.
There's a point where I was like so dehydrated all the time. And I was at this gym somewhere for like 7 hours. I'd make friends with all these people because I'm just like at the gym. You live at the gym. And this girl, she's a redhead. She was like, honestly, I think she was like an escort kind of person. And we would always like talk on the treadmill next to each other. And I don't know who I was even pretending to be at the time. But she said something where she was like, oh yeah, like, and she had like a body. And I was like, I want a body. Like, why am I trying to be thin? Like I was looking at her and like how gorgeous she was. And she's like, yeah, I just like stopped starving myself because like I started going bald and I could never remember anything. And I was like always in a daze. And I was like, wait, I'm always in a daze. And have like the tiniest Theo Von mullet, like ever. Like there's always like hair in I was like, wait, I'll have energy if I like eat. Like it didn't. And then I was like, oh, I have all these goals. Like I kind of looked at it as like I had like a bagel the next day and it was like I had done cocaine. I was like, got so much done. And then I was like, ooh, the addiction to being abstemious with food then fed the work addiction of, oh my God, if I like eat fat and eat properly, I can like achieve all my goals.
Okay.
And I started looking at food as like fuel and not as food.
Right. I've always looked at it as, I've only recently with the whole inflammation thing been seeing it as fuel, which to some people when I say, they're like, oh great, you have an eating disorder. And I'm like, if I don't pivot to that, like it's like looking at the corner of a room where you can make it convex or concave. I'm like, I have to see it that way.
First of all, no one is allowed to diagnose you with an eating disorder. Like no one is like the idea that we're just able to go like, oh, well, you have an eating disorder is like so crazy to me.
Dude, it's happened so many times.
That people can just talk to you like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, you have a disorder where you think you're a doctor. Like, you're delusional. You think you have a medical license.
Yeah.
And also, if you knew anything about eating disorders, truly, it's about control. So whenever you try to diagnose someone or help them, they just recoil more deeply into their disease.
Yeah.
So you are making them worse. And you would know this because you went to medical school.
Yeah. That's good.
That drives me
People
nuts.
say it all the time. Anytime I have control, my family will be like, oh, are you starving yourself again? Oh, you're having it. And I'm like, no, dude. I mean, it's crazy. And it is just a reflection of how they are feeling about themselves.
I also think when you're a comedian, I'm not making excuses for your family at all. I mean, I could, but I won't.
Where they go Hollywood? You're Hollywood now?
No, I think a lot of times people with us are trying to be funny. I'm not saying they are. But I think that a lot of the things that have hurt my feelings, if I'm really going to like not make it about me for 5 seconds, they're probably just trying to be funny.
I think they're also trying to be helpful. I think that once you spread your wings and are living your own life and are a comedian and they also want to be like, remember, I'm your parent, I'm your sibling, I play a vital role in your life. Nobody's going to tell you the truth but me.
Yeah.
And I go, buddy, I got 900 friends telling me the truth that I don't want to hear. I have 2 therapists blasting it at me, and I have an audience every single night being like, no, yes, no. Yeah. All I need from you is love constantly.
I
just need you to be like, you look great. Love you. You look great.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like the easiest thing to show up for family is the like biggest lie is that they are the lucid people who will tell you your flaws. It's like, no, you're the one people who are supposed to ignore my flaws.
Did you just, okay. Literally every documentary is about a murder from someone that is a family member. Like, honestly, family members are the most dangerous people in your life. Always.
Yeah.
Anyone that loves you, that is the most dangerous person in your life. Like, the odds of the person that you love killing you is so much higher than just random stranger on the street.
Don't you always feel that way when you have a girlfriend who gets into a thing with a guy who's like, he's just like obsessed with me? I'm like, he's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. And they're like, no, I need to accept his love. And I'm like,
do you think she's worth going to jail for, though?
I don't know. I
think
worried.
Most people don't want it. It's like bees, my defense of bees. If they sting you, they die.
Right.
So you really have
my biggest pet peeve, people who are so scared of bees. It drives me crazy because it means you're scared of a little bit of pain.
You know,
I'm like, you're willing to throw your food up in the air and interrupt the whole fucking picnic because of one bee sting?
Also, the odds of they will only sting you
if you freak out.
You have to work so hard to get stung by a bee.
I have people who flail. The flailing at bees, unacceptable. If you're allergic, totally fine.
Also, like, is there a way to be more ignorant? Like, just learn about them. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like learn what they like and what they don't. Or just like, but I like someone. It's funny. My baby's dad, who's awesome. We were hiking one time and he was just like, rattlesnake, we got to turn around. He wanted like a staff for the rattlesnakes and all the stuff. And like, I was trying to explain to him, like, women I don't have to worry about rattlesnakes because I'm loud and I'm talking.
Yeah.
You're over here like being all quiet and like not saying. If you just talk, you have no problems with rattlesnakes.
You're hiding like a gazelle. If
you're a man that's just like swallowing his emotions.
If you're the top of the food chain, which you are.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. But I just mean like, I'm the only one talking on this hike. Can you say something?
Yeah.
Just say something, you know? And so if you're walking, put your phone on, talk on the phone. Like women, we don't have problems with snakes because we're always talking.
Yeah.
Like,
it's great.
And guys, like, I'm like, you're afraid of snakes? Like, I was like, this is just, and he was like, I'm not afraid of snakes. I respect snakes.
Yeah.
Which I love that.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you respect bees? Like, you truly wouldn't be able to eat without them. Like, it's just, to me, like.
Wait, your baby daddy is in your life?
Yes.
And you like him?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you date?
We dated very briefly.
And then you got pregnant and you were like, I'm keeping it. Does he take the boy?
This might see something. Take the boy.
Does he take the child?
Okay, the changeling. What are you talking about?
Well, I wanted to ask you this for so long.
Does he take the boy? But waited till we were filming.
Well, I never knew if I could.
Remember when you texted me, you're like, I want to ask you something. Like,
I have so many things.
I was like, you can always voice memo or call me. I will say one thing, which is when people ask, why did you get pregnant before? How did it happen this way? For whatever reason, and as someone who had such a disappointing dad, I don't know why my standards were so impossibly high for the person that I think it's because of that. I didn't want to subject a child to disappointing parents.
Yeah.
Or I know my picker's off. And I know, like what you were saying, that I'm going to pick someone that makes me feel anxious and recreate my childhood circumstances. And I did not want, I always say, like, I didn't heal fast enough, you know, to like find the person and have a kid with the person. Like, I just didn't heal fast enough. Like, I just didn't have enough time. Like, my parents were sick. Like, I just couldn't do it. And it's like, fine. I'm really good about going, like, I can play this deck of cards. I'm not like, I didn't get it. Like, I didn't grow up around nuclear family. I didn't grow up around like happily married parents. Like, honestly, when someone says their parents are still married, I'm like, oh my God, like, are you okay?
I agree.
Like the trauma of married parents.
But that's why I want what you did so bad, where it's just to get the genetic material.
I could find a husband.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a father. I just couldn't do it. I was like, I'll marry you. But like,
I think what you did is we're all going to do.
I can't let you alone with a child.
Yeah.
And I'm also a little bit like, how do I know if you're a good father? I haven't seen you with a kid yet.
Yeah.
Like, my brain, like, I couldn't do it. Like, my brain, and I would see things in someone that was like truly awesome. And because I come from accidents, they leave the door open. I'm like, it's a big deal if you come from accidents, like, you get it. Like, leaving a door open in my world is like a rescue pit bull that can be loose with your dog, and it's like, if you don't close the door behind you, like, I couldn't find someone who was lockstep with me. So I grew up like, you know, farm person, you get it, super high functioning, grew up, spent like my 20s and most of my 30s in like hospitals, like ICUs, like having to like deal, like, parentified child, and when you're super high functioning, which most people are listening to this, most people aren't our useless Nepo baby comedian friends who are like, how do I like get out of bed in the morning? Like most people have no problem. They have to
You had Hospital World? I had Hospital World.
Yeah, both my parents had strokes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had the dad heart attack, best friend leukemia, other best friend paralyzed. But I never think about that as a thing. As
when
the
you
emergency.
live in hospitals, like, boom, boom, you figure out how to just move really economically. You move really quickly. You know when to shut up. You know when to let the person who knows what they're doing move. You know, like how to, and around animals. Like if you got a horse in a trailer it's going sideways, like you know when to intervene, when to not.
And then the guy doesn't shut the fucking oven off, and you're like, we can't.
And so I'm an animal rescue person. I dated a vet for a while. Like number one ways dogs die, get hit by a car, is like the house sitter left the gate open. Yeah. Like if a door is closed and you walk through it and you don't close it behind you, like we're just not.
Yeah.
It's over. Like that's either muscle memory or it's not. The idea of someone walking through a door and leaving it open when it had been closed, like there were.
You should see me with around Coyote with my friends. I mean, when they leave the door open, I freak the fuck out. Every one of my dogs growing up died from the car.
Like you're a liability.
It's crazy.
With like animals, it's like that's so you want to kill my animals. It's basically
the guy I was dating recently let her get out of the car on the traffic side, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
You need new friends. Like I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
It was the guy I was dating, and I was like, "What? How did you?"
That's
possibly?
Like a dangerous person. Like I look, and I don't. It's nothing personal.
No.
Like meet you at the bar, but like we can't roll together. In capacity. Like you can't be in my space. And so that was something I really struggled with a lot. Of like accident prevention. Is I had my ear bitten off by a dog. Like I've been through crisis, and I found that like what I need, like when people are like, I want love. What do you actually value? Like, how do you feel? Like, don't look for someone that loves you until you know what makes you feel loved. I realize like if someone would think they loved me and I'm like, why don't I feel loved? Because what I value, and I know there's all this, like my love language is like acts of the trust and service and kids. Like mine is like you close the door after. It's mindful. My dad never did. And it's mindfulness and not hypervigilance, but preventing crisis, being ahead of crisis, not in a way that's anxious. Like, and being able to help.
You saw my eyes, I was like, and you went, not in a way of it, and I was like, okay.
Being able to help that doesn't cause more problems.
Right.
So this is a hard one. It's probably hard for you too. So if someone's trying to help you and it creates more obstacles, like my thing is the hard things can be hard, the easy things can't be hard.
Yeah.
So this is like such a small thing, but it means everything. To me, this is like a life and death thing.
Yeah.
Of like, guy, adore him. He's like, I'll meet you in the car. Great. I love a guy who's like, I'm in the car.
Yeah.
He's got to be in the car before you.
Yeah.
Get the AC on, Guy should always be in the car. You're going to grab your purse. I'll meet you in the car.
Yeah.
We don't walk to the car together. Like,
right. What about this guy who goes, I'll go grab the car? Oh.
Yeah. No, you should have.
Nice.
Well, how about this? I'll do one better. I'll go grab the truck.
Yeah.
If he drives a car, we already have a problem.
Oh my God.
We already have a problem.
Oh my God.
But if you can't fit like a dog or animal in the back of your car, like an emergency, but I'll meet you in the car. Great. 20 minutes later, I'm like, I can't find my laptop. He's like, well, I grabbed it.
Yeah. That's a problem. Yeah. Totally.
You got to tell me you grabbed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
So it's like stuff like that where you're like, your help that's when I feel the worst. Yeah. I'm like, you're a good person, you're helping, but I don't know. We're not lockstep. You know, when you're like in the kitchen, I mean, you're in
a flow state.
Yeah. When you're like, someone's just in your way.
Yeah.
And when they're trying to help, they're in your way. And you're like, I'm a bully so I couldn't find that. And I didn't want to bring a kid into this, what I saw, and give him a bad blueprint. And I couldn't find a husband. I found one guy that I was like, that's a father, but that's not a husband. Damn. Or not my husband. He was a husband. It just wasn't for me. Just too young for me. Just very simple. Like as you get older, I do think that like, and this is like my opinion, take it or like leave the rest. I think like 30, like 20s, 30s, like all ages. I think once you turn like 40, when words fail and you're so sick of yourself and so sick of talking and you've had the same fight and you've said the same things and you're just like doing a bad impression of yourself. Yeah. I think chemistry is, say, it's been like 10 years. Just say that. Okay. You say it.
It's been 10 years.
It's been, like that. Yeah. Like those sort of little jokes that are like.
I had that with a guy where every time I go, it's been.
Yeah. It's like having like that nostalgia and shared like past. of being able to like sing an Edwin McCain song together. Like, or go, remember in that movie when this happened? And they go, yeah, instead of what movie? And you're like, now I'm like a teacher. Like, it's just like shared references.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that. So
I gotcha.
So I was like, this guy's a father. He literally like lived in the woods in a cabin, like isn't on social media, wears boots like that go up to his knee, like
muck man.
Just like prepared.
Okay.
Doesn't watch porn, thinks it's gay.
Wow. So he was like, you were like, he's a father, not a husband.
Was just like, I mean, like.
And he was the young guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I kind of just go like, this isn't about me and who I want to. This is like, who's this kid's if I'm going to do this, like, it can't be the guy I choose.
Yeah.
Because I choose ones that can't read.
Yeah.
So I can teach them to read.
That's why I could imagine doing what you're doing a bit.
Yeah. Because I also saw so many girls that married someone, had a kid, and then they suddenly had 2 kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because when you have a kid, it is so real.
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I taking care of you? I have a friend whose husband was like jealous of her bond with the kid and they had to go to therapy over it. Like,
there's,
it's by the way, awesome for
the men begging for sex after the kid is born. Yeah.
You know, so it was just kind of like, my gut, what felt true to me was like, this makes no sense on paper. This is like the most white trash till I die. Let's go. I have no proof this is going to work. Like, but like my gut was like, do this. And I was right.
That's awesome.
It might not be right for everyone, but it was like right for me. Same thing with like eating this and not eating this. Is it true for you?
But how are you not afraid of the custody stuff? Did you set it up before?
I literally grew up in custody court. Like,
yeah.
They'll be like, what's up? Like,
me too. That's why I'm afraid of it.
Then deal with it when you deal with it, and you'll deal with it like an adult.
Yeah. But he goes back and forth?
We literally go like, what day do you want to come this week? Want to come this week?
So nice.
Yeah. Yep. There's none of that.
See, that's what I'm most afraid of.
I want him to be in my son's life.
Yeah.
I'm not like, this loser. It's like, no, I picked this guy.
Yeah.
I didn't go like, bleh. I didn't pick a guy that I liked and then now he's my kid's dad.
Yeah.
I picked someone that I respected and who I want to be around my son.
Very admirable. It inspires me very much. It makes me want to have a child with a rando who's capable.
It's like, if it's someone that you're like, if I went to court with this guy, I think it'd be fair.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we'd ever get there.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, he's on some like, men don't do that.
Oh, that's great.
He's just like, yeah, men don't do that.
That's nice.
Like, let me know a good time this week.
And the kid has like a strong step.
He sent a boar spear. Like, I'll just get Amazon packages from him that are just like rattlesnake rope. Like, he'll just send.
That's so fun.
He sent a full boar spear.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Do you have boar here?
There was a rattlesnake, and he's like, great.
Are there boars here?
No, it's just like a giant boar spear.
That's awesome.
Like, put in what's the internet that is Starlink.
All right. The last thing I want to ask you. Wait, what are we at though? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. The movie that you made.
We'll do a round 2.
The movie that you made. What do you feel about it?
I stand behind it 100%. Anything that I put in there of like male, female brain stuff, I made sure to future-proof it and go like, I feel like this science could change. Like, this study was a little like sketchy, but like overall, this is like true.
But you did a huge amount of research?
Yeah. Because both my parents had strokes, so I learned a bunch about neuroscience. Obviously, I had to because of that. But then also when I read the book, The Female Brain, I realized I was taking all the like Ambien and all this like stuff to sleep and learned that because I had such bad migraines, also crippling migraines as a kid. That's like my superhero origin story. And that Ambien and all these drugs, they're not even tested on women. So we're taking doses that were only studied in men's brains. You know, so I was like taking Ambien. I would like wake up on the freeway. Like it was like crazy. And I like didn't understand what's happening. And then when I had to learn about migraines, I just had to like learn about what caused stress and like amygdala and like cortisol and lactose and all this lactic acid and stuff. So when I started learning that all the things that I was being called crazy for as a woman were actually superpowers that would have been really valuable to the tribe 1,000 years ago, but now they're pathologized as like crazy, like you're a stalker, like who's on your phone? Like 1,000 years ago, that would have been like, is that a lion? And you would have saved the tribe. I was like, oh, like I can actually be proud of all these things that I've been over pathologizing about myself. Like I'm anxious. Like, yeah, this is a superpower. Like I started turning it changed the way that I viewed myself because society wants to tell us we're crazy. When in reality,
this is why my love of semantics.
Yeah, we're just like we're super computer antennas.
So then, final question, and I'll say to everybody, this is coming out. Watch my Netflix special. It's out. Final question. Okay, do you believe in free will? Because of all of this is secretions of cortisol and stuff.
Does my answer to that matter? Like, does it matter?
To me, yeah.
Like, it's like, are we in a simulation? Like, does it change?
It does not matter. 100%.
Like, does it change anything?
It does not change anything.
Only if you're a psychopath and wants to cheat and be like, but we're in a simulation. My simulator did it. Only if you want excuses. I think that like, I'm someone that I do well when I'm not making excuses for my behavior. And that's what I think happiness is I think happiness is pride in your behavior. And if you're a determinist, you can't have pride in your behavior. And the people that I know that are like deterministic have really low self-esteem and they're not doing esteemable actions because it's all like been predetermined. Even if it's true, I think it's an excuse.
I don't think so. I think determinism, I think determinism liberates you. I think free will liberates you because then you're actually free to act. I think it relinquishes the guilt and the retrospective, I shouldn't have done this. And it goes, everything that unfolded led to that in the same way that higher power kind of thing is, where it's like my higher power wanted me to go through that obstacle at that time. And thus what I'm going through now is appropriate.
So free will is better for your mental.
Yes.
Yeah. We agree, but we're saying the same thing kind of different ways, but not.
Determinists, which people think are free willers, it's a little bit different.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a really good point. I think determinism is making having an excuse.
Yeah.
And you're not able to build pride because your esteemable actions aren't building self-esteem. They're all like predetermined.
Okay.
Is that,
but do you think determinism and no free will, are you using those synonymously?
I don't get it. I'm not like, can you say it a different way?
Determinism is everything is laid out. Free will is nothing is laid out, but you don't have any power over any of it.
Okay, then I don't know that. I'm getting them backwards then.
Like, do you think that because we're all just a bunch of secretions and neurological patterns, do you think that you have any actual say in what goes down in your life? Or do you think that it's all going to happen the way it's going to happen and it's just an illusion that you have control?
You're the philosophy major. I think, here's what I do think. I think we've over-evolved it as a species.
And we shouldn't ask that question.
And I think the mental masturbation stuff is, whatever this conversation is a testament to how great our life is going.
It's totally true.
The fact that like our biggest problem is like, did we even decide this?
Okay, so your final answer is it doesn't matter, which is 100% true.
Okay, I'm not sure I understand the question. I'm too dumb, obviously, to get to this like level.
It's like if somebody walks into a room and I think you are a no free will person, and people will fight me on this, but I think you are a no free will person where when somebody walks into a room and you feel your stomach drop, you go, this is an amalgamation of past things, this is what I'm doing now, and this is what is so.
So this is my thing. My problem is with a word in the question.
Okay.
I don't do people. Like free will person, like I don't do person.
Okay.
Like I see humans as animals.
That's no free will. You're a no free will person.
I don't know, because animals, I work with abused animals, and the ones that are shut down in a state of dissociation, they just do what they needed to do to stay safe for their trauma.
Right.
But once they realize they're no longer in danger, they start making decisions. I guess is your trauma response running the show, bless you, or not?
No, because it's also an amalgamation of all the therapy you've been through, the self-awareness, the books that you've read, those are all piling into it. But my theory is, or what I believe is, it wasn't up to you to be the person to pick up the book. You were always going to pick up the book. You were always going to have to get the kid with that guy. You were always going to. So it is like determinism, but there's differences.
Can I throw sorry. I don't even care if I'm
going to put you in the no free will camp, whether you like it or not. She's one of me.
I did The Secret. I made vision boards.
You made vision boards.
Now what?
We all did The Secret.
I
all
did
Jim Carrey write the number in the check.
Write the check. But like, is that what? Like,
my mom used to have the $1 million bills or whatever on her wall as vision board, and I'd be like, why don't you put a real dollar bill on there? Why don't you put 20s? If you want to manifest, you're going to manifest funny money. It's crazy.
I believe. Okay, sorry. Maybe this is one or the other, and you're the expert on this. I'm just going to throw I believe that there are certain things, situations that activate latent genetics and superpowers that we were bred, frankly. So like when you see like a herding dog.
Yes.
Like all these people have Australian Shepherds. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
They have gorgeous eyes, but like, are you out of your mind? Like they're not. So when people are walking.
Except for our editor, Harry, he is allowed to have one because he knows how to raise it.
Okay. As long as he knows how to like, you know, and so it stresses them out so much to see that is not their choice, you know? So I think for me, it's like, when you are going through the airport and you fight some guy for like, that's some ancestral thing that like comes over you. Like those are times where I'm like, when I go and there's a giraffe that's on fire in Malibu, like I stop having a choice in that moment. Yeah. Cause I'm like, whatever. And gene trauma response epigenetic was turned on. Like you can't say, does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So, but the other times of day when I'm not in fight or flight.
Okay. So you're a partial no free willer.
When my amygdala's activated, I
don't even think that's up to you. I think that's up to everything predetermined.
Well, you can deactivate your amygdala by putting your chin up and
But if you chose to do that, that wasn't up to you.
But what triggers it to go on isn't up to me, is I guess also what you're saying.
Right.
But if I kept returning to my trauma, what if I kept returning to my traumatizer because I liked it? Was that up to me?
It wasn't up to you. None of it's up to you. It's not up to you if I go chocolate vanilla and you choose and you go chocolate because I had a previous experience with chocolate where I liked it. It's not up to you.
But I'm also in a program where you take a contrary action.
Yes.
Recovery is defined by contrary action. So if I want chocolate, I'll get the vanilla.
Right. But you've always been led. You were always going to be in the program. Everything that led to you being in the program. Right. It's not up to you.
And is that epigenetics or is that like God?
There's no God.
Okay.
It's just it's the illusion of free will. It's the illusion that we are in control when really every single atom in the universe is pushing us. So when someone cheats on
you, you're like, you were always going to do that.
Yep.
It's not your fault.
Exactly.
So then why do you take it personally?
That's why I'm a no free will, is because you shouldn't take it personally. But I try and adopt it every day, but it's hard to remember the no free will thing.
Oh.
It's like when something happens and you go, fuck, if I had just remembered to do that. It's like I never was going to remember to do that. It's what I do for auditions. It's like I've done everything I can possibly do up until here. This is out of my hands. It's completely out of my control. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's an illusion that we are in control. You have no idea what the booker, the dog shit that they just stepped in and they kind of smelled dog shit when you were on stage and then went, she's dog shit. You have no control over any of these things. Sure. You might, even if you have control over the tiniest little atom in the universe that was just it's negligible. Yeah. It doesn't count. It doesn't matter. Because all the amalgamations of all the pathways leading up to there in your brain, in the world of matter and the quantum physics world, it's crazy to think that we're running the show.
Oh, I definitely don't think we're running the show. I'm getting like tripped up on, Pat, you know my brain. What am I confused about?
That someone's willing to accept that it's impossible to gain control.
Everybody has a problem with the no free will thing.
No, I don't.
That's unacceptable to you.
I'm in a program where the step one is you're powerless and you have no control.
Right.
Like that's my whole thing.
But you're only doing that to gain control.
Ooh.
Personally. That's me looking at you, Whitney Cummings.
Yeah.
You're only admitting that you have no control so you can somehow gain control.
Wow. I'm with you. I'm just kind of upset. Maybe because I'm a terror management theory person, also a dead internet theory person. This is new. What?
Also big Mandela effect person.
Also,
however relevant.
Didn't go to the moon guy. No, I think I don't know if we went or not. I'm fine with
your fault for getting on stage and asking people these crazy things.
I do know that footage is faked. Yeah. Whether we went or not, that was fake footage. Fine. I don't.
We might have gone and it was boring and they judged it up.
Or they couldn't put a tripod where there was no gravity and perfectly shoot it.
Yeah.
And have a wind machine. Like it's fine. I'm an I don't know guy more than anything. So I'm like, I don't know if I know the answer to your question. But
we'll do a part 2.
Oh, terror management theory, which is we're the only species of animal that knows we're gonna die.
Yeah.
So we have to make
Ernest Becker.
We have to make meaning. Which is why we need trophies and things that are like, eternal, because we're not. And we have to manage the terror of knowing we're gonna die. And I think of that as our motivation, but maybe that's the same thing as no free will. I think it of like, I'm gonna die soon. That's what drives all of our decisions.
Yeah.
Is that the same or no?
It drives our decisions, yes, but the no free will thing is it is super complicated for me to explain, and I have to re-look it up every single time, but it's basically like every decision you make is not, you are not the one making it. It's the illusion of free will. So it's
by the way, you're also implying I've made a decision in my life.
Yes. So it's like
the most
Jordan's going to touch her phone or the Zins, right? And it's like, I think I'm making the decision to touch the Zins, but I did. It's like this. Think of an animal. Go ahead.
All of it? Or just me?
Just your mic, though.
I don't need my camera. I don't care about my camera.
Yeah.
Okay, finish.
Think of an animal.
Okay.
You didn't look through a Rolodex in your mind to find that animal. It just came up, right? Yeah.
But there's a reason. Okay.
Right, but that wasn't up to you.
Yeah.
You didn't decide that was the animal that you were going to think of. It immediately came up.
Sure.
That has nothing to do with you. Me touching this over this is not up to me. I think it is.
Sure.
But it isn't.
Sure.
That's no free will.
So, but who do you think is the marionette doll operator?
Everything. A collective of everything. The fact that whatever the fuck, the animal in your head, whatever happened in the past that led to that.
But what you can control is the weight of which marionette doll operator decides for you.
You can accept that you don't have free will or not. That's it.
But
in this
But within
world.
that, do you get to decide who is deciding for you? Your trauma, your program, your addiction, you
just go, none of it is up to me. All of it and all of it is what's deciding things.
So
I'm along for the ride.
Here's the problem with this.
Yeah.
You don't get to also have anxiety and believe this.
Exactly. That's why it's so important for me.
Or you believing it is why you have anxiety.
Well, this is the whole thing.
Someone else is controlling this or something.
This is the illusion. That's exactly right. You don't get to have anxiety and believe this. And that is why it's so important to me, because when I fully am like listening to it every day, reading about no free will, my anxiety goes down so much because I'm like, this isn't. And when I get out of practice, all of a sudden the turbulence bothers me.
So are you in program or not? Because this is the basis of any 12-step program is you're powerless.
Yeah, I'm in program.
Yeah. So that's like you're powerless. It's sort of like the freedom of it. Because it's like when we try to control things, that's when the insanity comes in.
Right. And trying to be like, I'm going to pull the anti-trauma response Jordan is going to be fighting the success Jordan, and just being like, I'm not running the show.
Yeah.
That person of Jordan is going to do the best they can with everything that is being thrown at them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to witness. It's like a meditative thing. It's I'm going to witness how I experience this life as opposed to try and control.
Like being a passenger.
It's a passenger. As one of my friends described it, it's like being on a train and the train is going somewhere. You don't know where it's going. You can choose to open the curtain and look out the window or not.
Yeah.
And accepting no free will means opening the curtain.
Sure.
And the other one is being like pretending you have an operation thing when you don't. That's why I'm obsessed with no free will.
Do you smoke weed or no?
No.
Cool.
I hate weed.
Me too.
Yeah.
But nothing sober?
Sober.
Oh.
Yeah. Just dogs, pets.
Yeah. Dog's gonna die.
No. God, I hate that. Have you had a dog die yet?
Mona, 6 months in, I was like, just do it, just die. Like
what am I gonna do? I'm gonna accept it.
Yeah.
That I do have anxiety about that. But it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's supposed to be what happens. We're here with Whitney Cummings.
I do actually think, the last thing I'll say is a friend of mine just lost her like soulmate dog. And there was something like interesting about like the things that our dogs give us, like the grief, like you kind of become the person you need to be when you lose them.
Really?
It's like that's the gift they like leave you with.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's a weird.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, she's like her life's like so much. That's like the final gift they leave us with. But they all live way too short of a life because of the way that we feed them and whatever.
I think I do a good job.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you do.
Okay, great.
This is interesting. Yeah, sorry.
Ooh, now she's going to get hooked on free will.
But
okay, let's cut. And when we can talk off.
Okay, but do your special and it's
my special's up.
But even though if you're gonna watch, you're gonna watch. If you're not, you're gonna not.
The specials, Take Me With You. It's on Netflix. Please watch it. But you're right, it's not up to me if I haven't. But I've been doing this PR tour because if I might as well optimize the most that I can if I'm witnessing this. You
what
know
else
what I mean?
are you gonna do?
It's good.
What else
I think
is
no free
anyone
will
gonna
is very
do?
good. I think it helps you be motivated, actually. Thank you so much for doing this. I've wanted
I
you on
hope this
forever.
was good.
It's so
I'm
good.
like-
It's exactly what I want.